Welcome to Atmos TV. I'm Mel from the Atmos Washington, D.C. shop. I'm here with my guy Abdul. So Abdul is an OG in the sneaker game out here, and he's been on the thrill of the hunt for many years, collecting all the grails. So Abdul, tell us about yourself. What got you in the shoes?
Man, I've just loved sneakers since I was a kid, man. I grew up in Sierra Leone, West Africa, and I think the first time I saw a pair of 85 Jordan 1s was on a movie called Police Academy 4. And there was a scene where these kids were skateboarding through the street, and they all had on 85 Jordan 1s. But coming from Africa, I didn't even know who Michael Jordan was. I just loved the shoe, and I think that really just started it all for me.
Cool. So what you got on today?
These are a pair of Nike SB Dunk Supreme Air Force 1s. They were the Supreme Dunk from 2002 with Air Force 1 bottoms. They were made for the Nike SB team riders back then.
Cool, cool. And you said, I remember you talking about it earlier, you might have the only one, you think?
No, I think I have the only size 9, which I think might have belonged to Danny Super, allegedly.
Cool.
Might or might not have belonged to him.
So just tell us about, one of your favorite shoes in your current rotation.
My current rotation, I think the sneaker that I got recently that I really mess with are a pair of Air Force 1s that were dropped in Europe only, and they were white, all white with a green swoosh and a blue heel tab that reminded me of the Sierra Leonean flag. I'm from Sierra Leone, and it just matched perfectly to the Sierra Leonean flag. So that shoe really meant a lot to me. I ended up getting like about 9 pairs.
Oh, wow.
So recently, throughout the pandemic, I think that's the one shoe I've gone super heavy on.
Cool. So what do you think the future of retail looks like, especially with our current pandemic situation and stores being closed or having limited access? What do you think the future of shopping and retail may look like?
I think people are trying to make things exciting, man. I think Complex Land, which I think you guys are involved with, is another example of trying to make the landscape more interesting for consumers. Obviously you guys are open here. It's a beautiful store, so anybody visiting or that lives in DC comes in and checks it out. But yeah, I think we're going to see more interesting things happening online, as well as different apps that are coming up to make things a little bit more exciting for consumers.
Cool, cool. So what's a shoe that you think you have to work the hardest for, either travel the farthest or spend the most on?
I'm not really big on spending a lot for sneakers, but I happened to be in Paris in 2003 when the Paris Dunks were coming out, and I ended up getting a pair from somebody who had just bought a pair, and I bought them for resale, and I think I paid maybe about 200 euros for them.
Wow.
So that was just a chance thing. I happened to be out there and they dropped at the same time and I got lucky. But yeah, traveling for sneakers has always been a thing for me, man. It was nothing for me to get up and drive to Philly and go to places like Joseph's and City Blue and hunt down Air Force 1 colorways that weren't coming out here. So yeah, I think that's just always been a thing of mine, and thrill of the hunt has just been super exciting to me. So it still happens up to this day. I'll still get up and go somewhere, if it's driving distance or if I know I'm guaranteed a pair, I'll drive out and go pick it up. It's nothing.
How does it feel kind of being an OG in the game where when you got into shoes, it necessarily wasn't the coolest thing to be into, right? It was like a hobby for you, but it wasn't trendy on social media or Instagram, and now like everyone's kind of booming over your collection.
Yeah, man. I mean, when I was really into sneakers, out of all my friends in my close-knit circle, I was the only one who was into sneakers. So I would go out and be at a club till about 4 o'clock in the morning, get out of there and drive up to Delaware or Philly to go line up for sneakers. And everybody around me thought I was crazy. But it was just, at that time, that was just one of the things I was super excited about. And I just needed to have everything that was coming out and everything I loved.
Cool. Any upcoming releases you really gearing up for and excited for on your calendar?
Yeah, I think 2021 got a lot of stuff coming out that I'm gonna try to mess with. There's the the white Jordan 1 high that's coming out with the gray swoosh, which has never been retroed before. I don't believe it has, but that one has me really excited. I'm gonna have to grab a few pairs of those. Yeah, off head, I think that's one that's coming out that I'm really messing with. This right here is one that also got me excited. The Iowa Dunks. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of stuff coming up, man.
How you feel about Dunks kind of coming back to the forefront again?
I like it only because it just never went away from me. So I think, you know, I like that other kids that are coming up in the sneaker game are able to enjoy it and experience Dunks just like I did when I was growing up. Yeah, so I'm excited about it because it just gives me more options to buy stuff. And I like that they're retroing a lot of the old pairs that I might have fallen apart or I gave away, so I'm able to re-up on those.
We've asked our Twitter followers, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? @FlyCrow says, I go back in time and destroy Mark Zuckerberg. Man, that's a bold claim, man. They listening.
Never catch another L. I like this one. I relate to this one too.
@JPEX93, winning Atoms raffles. Really, bro? I can see why you haven't won.
@Barbell_Omar says, delete the sneakers app. I can show you how to do that, man. All you got to do is hold down on the app and press X.
Predict the market. I think that's a superpower that resellers want to have. I'm good on that one.
@FreeJacob says, unlimited ankle socks. Man, ankle socks are trash. We don't do those.
To never have to sleep if I don't want to. I don't know if that's sneaker related, but okay. Shout out to you.
@HKBreezy88, whatever power allows me to pay off my mama crib. I can respect that. Need more like you, for real.
Sure. So what shoe do you think is, you know, quintessentially DC, or what models kind of come to mind when you think of DC culture?
New Balance. New Balance as a brand altogether. I think the DMV really put a stamp on that brand. The 990s were really big. Personally, for me, the 1300s are my favorite model. But coming up in the 90s, I think anything from the 1300s, the 1500s, 1600s, 996 and 574s, you could not walk down a single block in the city and not see people wearing them. From every age group, from men, women, kids, grown-ups, everybody had on pairs.
Yeah, New Balance is going on a tear now, man. They're killing it with the collabs, they're killing it with the GRs. They're really coming back into the forefront of streetwear and footwear as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the 992 right here, this is a dope model. Again, they're bringing that back. And, you know, I just like what they're doing. I mean, especially with black creators. They did the collab with Salehi Bembury, and that was a dope shoe, and reintroduced the 992 back to the masses. So I think it's dope.
Cool. How do you feel about, you know, DC culture and how sometimes it's not always thought of as a leader or pioneer in streetwear fashion, but now we have us in the area, we have a few other boutiques in the area, so we're reinvigorating the area. How do you feel about that?
I think it's dope, man. I think DC's just always been overlooked for a really long time, and you know, I mean, if you look into the history of sneakers, there's a lot of things that DC's been responsible for that they might or might not have necessarily gotten credit for. You know, we talked about the New Balances, and everybody. I think it's safe to say that the whole community knows that DC brought that shoe into the forefront. The foam posits are another example of that. So I think it's dope, man. I think it's about time that you know, DC got its just due, and not just DC, the whole DMV, Maryland, Virginia area got its just due, and they're recognized for what their contributions have been to the sneaker game.
Yeah, it's interesting to me because I'm not from DC, I'm from New York, but I think a lot of shoes are regional, but also they just belong to our culture within the city, right? So even when you mention like foam posits and certain shoes, like we wear them in the tri-state area too, they wear them in the DMV. You know, it's not exclusively a shoe that was only seen in the DMV area, but I think it's good that, you know, DC is getting some shine now.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's other cities that embrace a shoe and kind of move on from it. And DC really just puts a stamp on it and just never leaves it alone. You know, New Balance's example again, you know, it's been for the last 30 some odd years, that shoe's still a staple up to this day. and you know, Foam Posits New York did its thing with Foam Posits and maybe moved on. You know, there were just so many options in the New York area, you know, with Air Forces and things like that. But the Foam Posit just never left DC.
What's up, DC? Anything you working on that you want to talk about?
I got a weekly podcast called What's a Podcast that I do every week with 3 of my friends. And, you know, we talk about everything that's important to us in our lives, as well as, you know, we run down some of the sneakers we've been trying to hunt down and trying to grab. So, yeah.
All right, so we're in the shop talking about some current releases. I'm here with my guy, Mark Deuce.
What's up, y'all? Here to chop it up, man. Been assistant manager here for a couple years. Let's do it.
Yeah, so we have the Nike Mountain Fly. This is the Gore-Tex all-black Nike shoe for trail. What you think about these?
I like those, man. They give me a flight positive vibe without the zipper.
For sure.
Man, those are cool for the wintertime, and I like the little hints of the Nike on the toe, how it comes up. I'm gonna swag those out for sure.
These are cool, real comfy with the React midsole. What you got over there, Mark?
Man, right here, classic. DMV stand up, Philly stand up, man. 992s, man. It's not the gray colorway, it's the yellow colorway, but it still takes on that color block and got the 3M hints. These are classic. What you think about these?
Yeah, I like those, man. It's definitely a good change up for the fall, yellow instead of gray. I like that shoe a lot. Super comfy. So it's getting a little cold outside. We're gonna start with a staff pick from North Face. So we have the 94 Mountain Coat. I really like this coat. What you think, Mark?
I like it, man. I like my jackets a little bit more heavy, but this colorway,
yeah,
it's
the
an
yellow
eye
color.
catcher. I love it, I love it, I love it.
Yeah, I like the yellow color. What you got over there?
Man, speaking of heavier jackets, man, we got the 96 North Face Nupsy, man.
Classic.
It gives you that boxy, nice 90s vibe to it, but it keeps you warm as well, man. What you think about it?
The green's my favorite color we have right now.
I was just about to ask you, green or brown? I like the green.
The green
like
is going off,
man.
yeah.
Green hits hard. And then this right here is the Steep Tech. I know you're used to the skinnier Steep Tech, but this year they decided to make it a little bit more puffy. You know what I'm saying? Got the utility pocket, can't go wrong with that. What you think about these?
I like the Steep. I had never seen it in a puffer version before, but I like it like this. This is cool.
And you can catch these items on atmosusa.com. Got a hot item right here. It's that drip right here. This is the Nike Dunk High, Iowa. Man, this OG color blocking on this shoe cannot go wrong. What you think about these?
Yeah, I like those a lot, man. I love the classic collegiate colorways. It's definitely a must grab for me. I'm gonna do the black laces though. Black instead of yellow.
Laces, yeah. You can do a lot with the black laces. These
sure.
released this week. Speaking of this week, man.
Yeah, we got some new releases for Complex Land. So if you guys don't know, Complex Land, we're gonna be releasing a lot of product virtually. This is gonna be one of our main items here is the New Balance Jeff Staple collab. So at Complex Land, you'll be able to shop virtually online. It's gonna be an interactive experience. But yeah, these are fire. What you think about these?
Man, I like those. I don't know too much about that model, but I like that gradient in the middle, man.
Yeah,
the
it's
pigeon.
called an X-Racer.
Oh, wow. Those are dope, man. I like the gradient, the pigeon. I'm definitely going to grab those when they come out, man.
Yeah, these are nice, man. What you got over there?
Man, I got this right here, an accessory.
Ooh.
Atmos Coca-Cola Bear Brick, man. Believe it or not, I've never had a Bear Brick, and I believe this might be my first one. They come with the 100% Bear Brick as well. What you think about this?
I like it a lot. I like how they use different languages the same way Coca-Cola does on their bottles and cans and wrapped it around the whole bear. So that's definitely fire.
Yeah, man. What else is releasing, man?
So we're going to be releasing many collaborations at Complex Land. We're going to have a few Adidas shell toes. We're going to have an NMD. We're going to have some apparel branded with Coca-Cola as well. So just stay tuned for many new releases.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Atmos TV. We're new to YouTube, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And make sure you turn those post notifications on as well. Also follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Atmos_USA. Make sure you don't forget the underscore.
Thanks to Abdul for stopping by. Catch him at Don't Charge Abdul and look out for the Atmos New Balance staple drop at Complex Land this week. We're on a mission to make sneaker shopping fun again while creating a community. Be sure to stay tuned to see what's coming next. You don't want to miss out. Are you ready to join the hunt? See you next time.